Hello. I have no energy. I have no energy, no desire, no will. No, I've always lived my life with... When I went to Peru, the tour guide nicknamed me 10 men, and that was a reference to having the energy of 10 men. And maybe it's turning 40, maybe it's having very little desire or attachment or reason to attach to the external, which feels very apparent in the shift I'm having with YouTube, and the fact that very few people are watching my videos, therefore there's very few comments, so therefore there's very little for me to attach to. But something is changing, and it feels difficult. It feels like nothing. So I'm in a wonderful part of the world, Bali, Ubud, where there's so much to do and so much to see. And whilst I appreciate all that and can see why one would do all that, I just have no desire to do any of it. I'm just spending my time in bed. Kind of, switching between listening to YouTube videos, being in silence, although there isn't much silence because there's a building site next door at the moment. And then going right to the other side of trying to find a peak experience, a peak way of coming out of a mind and the purgatory that is myself, and going on Grindr and chatting to vile people who want to stick 5 fingers up my arse, and going into that story and being like, oh yeah, come round and stick 5 fingers up my arse, that will be satisfying. And then flapping away and realising that, oh no, that I don't want to do that. Back to nothingness. And then even allowing myself to go into some sort of stupid story of there might be somebody worthwhile meeting. So this guy, very pretty, beautiful blonde hair. It's very rare on Grindr that you actually chat to someone. Like, usually it's just like, how big's your dick? What do you want to do? Where should we meet? And I just use it as how people use porn, It's just a masturbation tool for me. I very rarely actually meet someone. But there's one guy I actually had a conversation with and, noticed that I was going into the love addiction story. Not that I was feeling like I was in love with him, but that like, ooh, could I meet someone? And so we chatted a bit, and he asked what I was doing. I was like, oh, I'm just editing videos. Oh, are you a YouTuber? Yada yada yada. Sent him my latest video, and obviously with that was like, oh, he'll see what I'm all about, and maybe he'll like it. And then an hour, and then no message back. And then I looked at my YouTube, and it's a video I haven't released yet, so it's got no views. I haven't even clicked on it. And it still has no views. He hasn't even watched it. Which was inevitable, because that's just what the universe is giving me right now. Nothing. I haven't even had a WhatsApp message for 48 hours. Like when you do that, I'll look at my phone and get distracted by that. Like, there's nothing on there either. Literally nothing. So there's just nothing. And I guess I'm supposed to accept that and be with that and surrender to that, which I think on the whole I'm doing. I listen to a really good guy, Vibes and Frequencies, on YouTube. And he's just way, way beyond any sort of consciousness that I like to kid myself I have. And he's currently doing a practice of staring at rocks for hours and noticing all the stuff that comes up when one does that, all the distraction, all the mind stories, all the nonsense. I'm just so far from being able to do that. In fact, there's a rock there, maybe I should try it. Just sit and stare at a rock. Yeah, I'm still not ready for that. I can only surrender to nothingness by lying in bed and usually watching a YouTube videos. Not watching, listening to a YouTube video. So it's not really surrendering to nothingness, is it? But that's what's coming up at the moment. Along with this, like, why am I still bothering with YouTube? Like, it's clearly not meant to be. And yeah, so I think that is a good question to be asking around English refugee and not today Satan. But this channel feels different. It feels like I am meant to share this, whatever it is I'm going through, with a handful of people that are interested. Because it helps me when I see other people doing it, and there's very few people actually sharing this bit, this in-between stage of letting go or being forced to let go of doing, of external, of ego, but not making it to the other side yet. The only person I know of who's really doing it is Infinite Zebra, I think she's called. I really like her. I really appreciated one of her videos yesterday. Whereas everyone else is either doing something or are sharing, like, as a teacher, what I was trying to do. But you know, a lot of them are actually at the stage where they can be teachers, whereas I wasn't. So yeah, it just feels important, what a stupid word. It just feels like I should document this period or this life. Like, maybe this will go on for a lifetime. I don't know if it will ever end. But whatever is happening, yeah, it feels like I should share it, no matter how few views it gets, and not being particularly attached to that. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing, rather than getting my ass fingered. It's just so interesting to watch these different places one goes to, like the desire for fuck off, the desire for avoidance and experience, and then back to accepting the nothingness of life, and trying to be grateful that I'm in a place where I can do that. Because not many people even have that option, you know. They've got to work and survive, and although really we do all have that option, but it's yeah, it's a long road to get to a place where one can even do that. So I guess I should be grateful. Shall I go and stare at that rock? It's a bit hot. There's lots of flies and ants. All the resistance, all the stories, all the reasons why I can't just surrender. I can't just notice my insane mind for what it is. Why I'm now pulling hairs out of my leg, because I'd rather self-harm in some way and feel that sharp pain just to feel something, rather than just staring at the rock. I'm going to go and stare at the rock. I don't think I'll last very long. I'll show you the rock and then I'll end the video. So yes, here is a rock perfectly placed as I speak about that. So I guess this is what I'm going to stare at, probably for about 2 minutes, and then I'll go and back to watching YouTube or listening to YouTube, and periodically looking at Grindr to see if there's any escape, and then realising I don't even want to escape, and there is nothing to escape, and this is it. This is life. This is the journey. Hello, Mr. Rock.